Have you ever been part of a neighborhood watch in a neighborhood you didn't live in? I did. I worked right next to this neighborhood that was a really, really nice neighborhood. So on my lunch breaks, I would go take a walk. I started going there afterward. I would walk a couple miles. I would go walking with my dogs, and people in the neighborhood actually would get to know my dog. They would say hello to me when there were things that were going on, like parties or police coming and checking things out. I know I said it was a nice neighborhood, but every neighborhood still has police coming in to check things out. They would always ask me what happened. I was kind of like the neighborhood informant for what happened after hours. Had I done my YouTube channel at the time, I could have done a nightly recap. All right, breaking news this evening. Here's what's happening in your neighborhood. This was a nice neighborhood, so that meant that policemen typically would just come through and do their patrol. At first, the policemen used to make me stop, and I'd have to give them my ID, and they'd want to know what was going on, and why are you walking here? The best was when they would see my address and say, you don't live here. And I'd have to jokingly say, no, officer, I don't live here. I walk here. I'd have this big routine, and I'd always do a tagline at the end that this is why I walk here. Because my neighborhood's not safe, but I know I'm going to be stopped here because I'm safe with you guys here. It got to the point where I thought in my head that the policeman would get on the radio, hey, who's out walking in Meadow Lake tonight? And they'd hear somebody come over, go, does he look like this? And does he have this? 2 dogs. Random guy walking in the middle of the neighborhood does not live there. Yeah, that's the White Night Walker. Yeah, I gave myself a nickname. The White Night Walker, because I was white and I was a night walker. So not creative, but catchy. While I can't necessarily say that I would recommend joining a neighborhood watch for a neighborhood you're not in, I can say that it worked out well for me. I had many, many years, and yes, it was years. I used to drive there even whenever I moved far away, but now that I live too far, I have to walk around my own neighborhood. So I guess I just have to start building my reputation here as the White Night Walker. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, I did at one time try the Vibram shoes, socks, freaky things, whatever you want to call them. And no, I didn't like them. Didn't like them at all. Thank you for joining me. I hope you liked my story about the White Night Walker and joining neighborhood watches when you don't live there. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. If you liked the content, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Put something in the comments section. I'd love to hear your thoughts about it. If you've had any similar stories that are just as interesting, love to hear about it. And I will see you next time when we can share a cigar and change the world